Hi, Tina Ketchy Stearns here, and we've had a couple of really devastating tragedies in our country this last week. We had mass shootings in two cities, Dayton and El Paso, and I feel like the whole country is grieving. Actually, the whole world is grieving for us, I think. And that just brings up your personal grief. If you have lost somebody in your life, whether it's a friend, family member, colleague, if you're going through any type of grieving situation, I just felt this was probably a really appropriate time to just touch on that touchy topic. Um, everybody's grief is different. We've got all these families in El Paso and Dayton that had absolutely no idea they were about to lose loved ones. And then maybe your experience is your loved one finally reached the end of a very long journey of an illness, or maybe you had a sudden loss. It doesn't really matter. Grief is so individualized for each and every person, and even within a family unit, different people will grieve differently. Women will grieve differently from men, and that's not a blanket statement. Some men grieve like women, and they want to talk about it. And some women grieve more like men, which is typically not to talk about it, but they may mow the lawn every other day. I just want us to know that it is hard. You can't fix it. There are certain things that people will say and they feel like they're coming from a place of love and trying to be supportive, but it's probably not exactly the best thing to say. For example, if somebody says, well, they're in a better place. I know this one person who, when they lost their husband, somebody said that to them, and she said, well, you know what, sitting right here next to me would be the better place. Thank you very much. So that really wasn't very helpful for her. Now, if the person that experienced the loss says they're in a better place, great, great. If that, don't take that away from them. If that's the way they're dealing with their grief, that's fabulous. You just don't want to be the person that says that to somebody grieving. If the grieving person says it, fabulous. Another example is if I lost my father and now you've lost your father, I should not say to you, well, I know how you feel. I lost my dad too. Because our relationships with our fathers were completely different. So there's no way I can know how you feel. The best thing to say, as simple and inadequate as it seems, is I am so sorry and I'm here to support you in any way I can. And for the grievers that are listening to this, I want you to really practice saying yes. When people say, can I go to the grocery store for you? Can I bring you dinner? Can I mow your lawn? Say yes. Don't say no. Say yes. Say yes. Let them help you. Many of you have heard me talk about White Star Woman 100 different times, and one of the great lessons she shared with me is the definition of true generosity, which is it's important to give, absolutely, but it's equally important to receive. And when somebody offers to do something for you and you say, no, I'm good, you're actually robbing them of the joy of serving and giving. So White Star Woman will say, don't be stingy. Don't rob them of that joy. Somebody offers to do something for you, say yes. Thank you. That would be great. So this has been such a horrible, horrible week in our whole nation, from everybody in every perspective, no matter what your political views are. Tragedy is tragedy and loss is loss. And unfortunately, we cannot fix it, but we can be there. And sometimes being there is really just being present, just holding space with that person. Don't have to really say anything. Just be there, hug them, watch TV with them, sit in silence, whatever seems to make the most sense. So if you have any questions about grief, any questions about how to handle your own grief, I do recommend, if you are struggling, I would reach out to your local hospice. They all have grief counselors. I would say 99.9% of them have grief counselors. Typically it's for free. It won't cost you anything. And these people are really very talented and gifted with how they handle helping you move forward in a healthy way after you've lost somebody, and especially if you're really struggling with that loss and you just don't feel like, you feel kind of stuck and you're not moving forward like maybe you should. So please reach out to me with any questions whatsoever. You are always welcome to contact me directly at tina@itsabouthowyoullive.com. There's a lot of other great videos about this subject on my blog tab on my website. It's abouthowyoullive.com, which is the National Hospice Ribbon tagline right there on the wall. So anyway, just know that I'm holding you and sending you love and healing thoughts and comfort and peace, and hopefully the memories of your loved ones and your colleagues that you've lost will one day overtake whatever sadness and sorrow you're having to go through right now. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.